We find ourselves at this very strange intersection of academia, ambition, and audacity. A curious tricolon embodied in Lord Peter Mandelson's dual pursuit of being Chancellor of Oxford University and potentially the UK ambassador to the United States. One might wonder if this ambition or multitasking at its finest is reasonable, or perhaps Mandelson sees it merely as a buffet where you can sample everything at the same time, sort of stuff it all in his mouth. The Oxford Chancellor election, which is fast approaching, a role historically more ceremonial than combative, has become the theatre of bruising battles, accusations of unfair play, questionable expenditures, with 5 remaining candidates, including Mandelson, Lady Elish, Angiolini, Baroness J. Royal, Lord William Hague, and Dominic Grieve. And this context is already one for the history books. Mandelson's email blitz, targeting thousands of Oxford's electorate, has drawn ire from rivals, particularly Baroness Royal, who chose not to exploit email lists, citing ethical concerns. Meanwhile, Hague splurged on Google ads, and Royal spent a hefty £10,000 on consultants, raising questions about equity in a race where some candidates' campaigns ran on pizzas and wine. One can only imagine the shadowy consultants whispering, "Mandelson's going to win, he's already chosen the Chancellor's robes." Baroness Royal diplomatically dismissed Mandelson's tactics as different value judgments, while Dominic Grieve took a sterner line, calling the process unpredictable and chaotic. Yet Mandelson, ever the strategist, shielded himself with legal advice and registration with the Information Commissioner's Office. Is this sharp practice or a case study in modern electioneering? Either way, Oxford's first foray into electronic voting seems to have amplified 21st century chaos in its 1,000-year-old tradition. Mandelson seems unparalleled experience, having served as Chancellor at Manchester Metropolitan University for 8 years, is an opportunity simply to further his credentials, to further line his academic mantle. It's no small credential, but it pales in comparison to the moral weight of criticism about his potential dual role as US ambassador and chancellor. And Lord Hague, who embodies a certain patrician charm, argues the two roles are incompatible. Quite right. Oxford might tolerate multitasking, but representing Britain abroad while wrangling with Oxford dons, even Mandelson's ego might struggle to bridge that chasm. Nick Hillman of the Higher Education Policy Institute aptly points out the absurdity of attempting to juggle both. Yet Mandelson, with his characteristic flair, dismissed such concerns, claiming no offer of an ambassadorship exists yet. A masterclass in ambiguity from the master of the dark arts. And this contest, you might as well put Gove in the front running for this for this job if you want that level of sinister ambition. But this contest also highlights Oxford's deeper struggles. Inequity between wealthy and less resourced colleges. Literally, as you walk down the road, you've got Pembroke, poor, on one side, Christchurch, rich, on the other. Candidates like Hague and Royal have voiced worthy visions of reform, yet the lack of transparency in the election process, unclear rules, high spending, late notices to alumni undermines the gravitas of these discussions. Royal's reflection on building an equitable system underscores the poignant truth: the university's enduring inequalities mirror wider social fissures. If Mandelson becomes Chancellor, will his experience bring clarity or merely turn Oxford's bureaucracy into a Mandelson maze? Ultimately, the contest for Oxford's chancellorship offers a vivid portrait of modern ambition. Mandelson's aspirations for Oxford, for America, for both, capture the spirit of a man who has never been content with a single destiny. Whether this ends in triumph or hubris, well, he's been there before, in both cases. One thing is clear, he is a man who, like a good politician, refuses to let opportunity pass him by. If nothing else, this election proves that academia, like politics, thrives on chaos, on ambition, and the occasional Google ad. I hope the winner, whoever that may be, will remember that Oxford is not merely a stepping stone, but an institution deserving of singular devotion and commitment.